How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping out another video. Right, guys, this is a story from Scotland now, obviously reference prison. It's in the Daily Record, which is a Scottish newspaper / online publication. The headline is rubbish because this has been going on for many years, but the headline reads, "Outrage as violent criminals are transported around Scotland in ordinary unsecured cars." A female prison officer was asked to accompany a prisoner from HMP Grampian in an unsecured Citroën Picasso. Violent criminals are being transported around the country in ordinary unsecured cars, it has been claimed. Gio Amy, who took over the £238 million prisoner escort contract last month, have been accused of putting public safety at risk. A female prison officer said she was suspended after she raised concerns about the practice. The whistleblower refused to accompany a female prisoner from HMP Grampian in an unsecured Citroën Picasso to a hospital appointment in Aberdeen on January the 28th, the day Gio Amy took over the contract. She said she'd been assaulted while driving an inmate in an unsecured car last year. In a letter to GMB, or Good Morning Britain, the whistleblower wrote, "The female prisoner assaulted me by kicking my left shoulder. That knocked my hand, which was placed on the gear stick, knocking it out of gear. A prisoner can decide to get violent, which could cause an accident or death on our roads." Cal Watterson, who's the Scottish organiser of the GMB Union, said a convicted violent criminal must surely be conveyed in a secure vehicle. Labour Justice spokesman Daniel Johnson, MSP, a member of Scottish Parliament, "It is not acceptable for prisoners to be driven in normal vehicles which have not been adjusted with the safety or staff or the public in mind." A Gio Amy spokesman said, "We use a range of cellular and non-cellular vehicles, including minibuses and cars. Each journey and the allocation of appropriate vehicles is determined after a thorough risk assessment." The Scottish Government declined to answer. Now, I said Good Morning Britain because it just said GMB. It didn't say GMB Union. It's obviously GMB Union, which is a union for workers here in the UK. Right, so this has been going on forever and a day, guys, both in Scotland and in England. I mean, when I first arrived at Strangeways a couple of years ago, when I was remanded on a witness intimidation, I was obviously conveyed in a prison sweatbox, as we call them, prison van sweatboxes, whatever you want to call them. When we was there, another prisoner had arrived and he turned up in a taxi, right, from ambulances. Yeah, he turned up in he turned up in a taxi, right? And what happened was, rather than getting a prison van and stuff like that, you've got to think these private companies, guys, it's all about financial gain, right? So they thought, right, rather than like getting a van and the staff it's going to use to move the prisoner, we'll just get him in a taxi with two officers. So two officers got in the van, got in the taxi with the prisoner. He was double cuffed, so he was cuffed to himself. And then there was an extra handcuff, and that goes on a chain, a longer chain, to the prison officer. He sat in the back like that, and then he was transferred from, I think it was Franklin, down to Strangeways and stuff in a taxi. So this is going on up and down the country, guys. It's nothing new. It will continue to happen. When I first went to a hospital from prison, I was put in a white transit van with blacked out windows and bars on the windows. I was again double cuffed. So when they take you on a transport, they're not like police cuffs. These are like proper old Victorian, like really, really tight metal, steel, like old, like it's something you'd see from the Victorian times, handcuffs, right? And then, like I say, then they put another handcuff on and then on a chain to the prison officer next to me. And because it was going from a Category A prison, even though it's actually a multi-category prison, Strangeways, it only actually houses 40 Cat A prisoners. It's just a local prison, local Cat A local. Yeah, there was about 6 in the escort. There was, I think, the driver, 4, and then there was another one, so 6 in the escort. The driver didn't come in with us. There was 5 officers, me double cuffed, and then, like I say, cuffed to a screw. But yeah, this is going on up and down the country, guys. Nothing new here. There's people that are probably going to comment on this video that like, yeah, I was moved in a taxi, I was moved in a van, I was moved in a car. You know what I mean? It's nothing new, guys. This goes on all the time. And like I say, for me, it's about they risk assess the prisoner. Obviously, if you're in a Category B and you go on an escort, if you go to hospital from a Cat B, there's normally about 2 prisoners in the escort. I've heard Cat C, I've heard 1 prison officer in the escort. And like I say, in taxis and stuff like that. Goes on, guys. Nothing new here. Nothing to see. Let me know what you think about the story. Not about what I think, about what you think. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.